But I also got this lovely little scrap of pure honeycomb. I'm gonna eat it just to make y'all jealous. Big advantage of having the nerve to work without your suit on. Eat honey the whole time. I try to tell everybody, don't wear your suit, because then you can't eat the honey. All right, today we're back out in Kingwood. Not hard to tell where the bees are gaining access on this one. If we look right up underneath there, there's a good hole about 1 inch by 3 inches where they're crawling in. I almost feel like I can see combs up in there. Maybe not though. Anyway, good activity. Common location, floor joist. So I'm going to start by taking down these 2 tall pieces of trim here, and then I'll take off the first 2 rows of hardy board. I'm going to try to cut the bottom one. Well, I've got to get an extension cord because I forgot mine. See if the homeowner's got one. Cut the bottom one about 4 feet over where that seam is out on the second one, and then I'll take the second one down whole. That's the plan. So we'll get them all opened up here and see how they look. Okay, so just one little upset so far. Started working on this side, and the good thing is this house has 2x4 band boards. I'll show you when I open up the other side. And not one big 2x12. It has 2 2x4s with a gap between, or at least on this side it does. But I pulled down the first piece of siding, and there's a 2x12 angled joist. Some of these corners have it, some don't. Well, this one has it, and the bees are on this side of it. So I had to move over here, take the gutter down, and then these 2 pieces of hardy here they're every bit of 10 foot long. So I'm gonna make a cut here. Just be easier to take it down, easier to repair than trying to put those big long floppy pieces up there. So we'll get these down and then see what we got. All right, so we finally got it opened up. You can see 3 2x4s. I like going through these better than a solid band board. It's just a little easier to take it down piece by piece. You can see the cavity. They got all sorts of room to build. There was one little scrap insulation I pulled out like normal. No insulation back in there. Just one little piece right here, so they could have filled all back behind it. But nice little hive. I don't know, volume, I guess, and you guys have watched enough of my videos, maybe you know. But definitely been there just this year. Combs are real white, maybe 2 months they've been here. So we'll get the vacuum going, start cutting, and start pulling them out of there. Normally the combs are all parallel in nice lines. These, they kind of turn to the corner. So there's some are going one direction, some are going the other direction. I really like when they're nice and docile like this, to where you can stand here and watch. And
yeah, they haven't been bad at all.
That is one other thing. Sometimes hives, as they get bigger, they'll get a little more defensive. Just kind of makes sense. They've got more to fight for.
Yeah.
But even still, it'll be defensive, not aggressive. So they won't come and attack you necessarily. But if you go to messing with them, then they fight back. You know, you get somebody out here to fix your siding or something, and he's up here banging and beating around, you might get them stirred up. No, I just sell it word of mouth. Because to retail it in Texas, you have to have state inspected processing facility, of course.
Yeah.
And that's just they have a small beekeeper's exemption that I can sell up to 2,500 pounds a year, which is a lot of honey. It's like 200 gallons, over 200 gallons a year. But I can only sell it person to person. And I just don't, right now I have a full-time job. I don't have time to sit on the side of the road, you know, and sell it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I normally just keep a few jars with me whenever I'm out and about. I keep a few jars in my office at work, you know. There she is. Got our queen. You also have to be careful that you don't go so fast that you plug up your vacuum. At least in my case. Ay, ay, ay. Second sting. All right, you can see they're ferocious little boogers. Oh, there it is. So there's the rest of the comb out. That last little scrap there is built around a mud dauber's nest, and it's got a bunch of nails through it, so I had a hard time, but did the whole job. 2 stings the whole time, and interestingly enough, neither one of them planted the sting. I got once there on my nose and once just now on my wrist, but neither one of them actually planted the stinger, which is kind of funny. But I also got this lovely little scrap of pure honeycomb. I'm going to eat it just to make y'all jealous. Big advantage of having the nerve to work without your suit on. Eat honey the whole time. I try to tell everybody, don't wear your suit, because then you can't eat the honey. But anyway, as you can see where they're at, that angled 2x12 going back there made a pretty big size cavity, actually about 2 feet by 2 feet. Then you cut it in half and make a triangle. But they have plenty of room to grow. You can see on the combs just as big as they were there on the top. And it's a real new hive. You know, maybe 2 months they've been here. I think I got the call 2 weeks ago. They're older than that. Judging by the color of some of these combs here. Let me see if my camera's backwards. Some of those combs, they're a little bit darker. So I'd put it about, I'd put about 2 months. But yeah, nice gentle bees, and actually no drones. And I saw 1 small hive beetle the whole time. So either the beetles haven't discovered them yet, or these bees won't tolerate the beetles and they're kicking them out. That part I don't know. But super gentle bees, and yeah, super gentle. Happy to have them. Take them home. I'm going to set them up like a swarm because these combs are soft. I can't reuse them. So we'll get them home, get them set up on new frames and foundation, and be done. All right, so that's it for that one. We got everything out. Textbook job. Everything went well. And I just hope that we get them home and get them set up, and that part's textbook too. But we're done on it now. Sprayed repellent. We got a few foragers still flying around trying to figure things out. But everything else is picked up, packed up, and we're headed home.